close the casket. Thinking he a rapper, we gon' turn him to an actress. I don't ever start shit, but I ain't finna panic. If something don't add up, I just start subtracting. We ain't finna fold, we just keep adapting. I be on that Paulie shit, see, I just be reacting.
What's up, it's your boy Paulie. Welcome back to the channel. You can tell by the title exactly what we're getting into today. You can tell by the title, this is Ren Bittersweet Symphony, the Verve. Now,
Boy,
if you are watching this, there's a small chance, usually it will be a big chance that you already saw it, but it will be a small chance that you're coming here from my main channel, which is the Ladder TV Network. I just got finished reacting to Ren Bittersweet Symphony live. But I react to all live performances and acoustic versions over on my main channel. I meant to actually tell anybody who already knows that to cover their ears. Ooh, I forgot. It's fine. Oh, okay, cover your ears now. This is only for the new people. I react to live and acoustic versions of different songs, not just from Ren, but from different artists in general on my main channel, as well as we vlog, food reviews, all types of stuff over there. I say we because it's not just me. It's my children, my mom, and anybody else who is around me at the time when we're doing whatever we're doing. So yeah, it's a bunch of stuff that goes on over there, again, called the Ladder TV Network. I don't want to ramble, so I'm going to say this quick. This is Ren Bittersweet Symphony, the Verve. It's going to be interesting. This is my first time reacting to an original version of a song from Ren after I react to a live song. We know that the original versions and the live versions are most of the time extremely different. So usually I go from the regular music video and then do the live version. It's the opposite. I'm going from the live version now to the original. And I already said that, so I don't know why I said it again, but that's just a thing that I do. So you already know, down below in the pinned comment, it will be the link to my main channel. If you have not seen my reaction to the live performance of this track right here, it will also be an up-and-coming artist or entertainer's reaction or music review, and it will also be, what else would it be? I honestly don't think there's anything else that needs to go down there. What I should start doing, and I'm going to start doing this very, very soon. I got to remember to do it, but I do think it's important. I heard somebody else say this, and I feel like that's a really good thing to start doing, and that is to put the original link to the music video somewhere in the description, in the pinned comment, along with the other stuff, because I got to think, I'm assuming like, oh yeah, all the Renegades already know what's up. Like they already know, they already seen the original. They don't need the link to the, they don't need the link. But imagine, and I actually saw this recently, where one of Ren's most recent videos was somebody's first video they ever saw. They were like, yo, I just became a Renegade like 3 days ago. So imagine if somebody's like, yo, who is this? They might click on my channel by mistake. They might fall asleep watching something else and then wake up and then my video's on. They're like, yo, who's this artist? This is fire. And then it's like, I mean, mind you, you could just type in Ren, but why not make it easier for that person and put that link somewhere? So I'm going to start doing that. I got to remember to start doing that. Paulie, remember. It's not even that easy. What am I talking about? But yeah, I'm going to try to do that because it's always important to give respect and pay homage to the artists who put in all the work to make this content that I'm sitting here reacting to. And I don't want to take that for granted and just be like, oh, well, yeah, y'all know who he is. You can tell by the title. Now, it's more important than that. So I'll make sure I do that, not just for him, but for every artist that I react to. I'm pretty good with doing that with the up-and-coming artists, but I got to give the respect to these independent artists who have been putting in the work as well. So I'm not going to do no more talking. Let's get into it.
I've got dirt on my Reeboks from staying up all night. Spent my last £10 on this pack of Marlboro Lights. I phoned up Stevie, I said, gee, you alright? He said, it's 6 in the morning, brother, get some shut-eye. I feel a sense of well-being this time in the morning. Wear my heart out of my hoodie while the city is snoring. Drunks falling off the sidewalks get issued a warning. Distant sirens, they crescendo like a symphony calling. This is the Britain I know.
It's something about the walking videos that does it every single time. I don't know where the concept came for that. If it came from another artist, if it came from somewhere, if that's just his style that he made up, whatever it is, it's something about that just, it, every time. Walking through the city. Now, I'm going to love this even more because of what he's talking about. He's talking about his city, then I'm pretty sure this is what the area he's talking about. But it does something every single time. Like, that's really it. That's all I was gonna say. But yo,
This is the Britain while the city is snoring. Drunks falling off the sidewalks get issued a warning. Distant sirens, they crescendo like a symphony calling. This is the Britain I know. This is the Britain I love. There's poetry inside this city if you listen enough. Working class casualties out on the street sleep rough, while a mother with her baby takes her pram to the pub. And while she's knocking them down, the cost of living goes up. I can't relate to politicians with their head in the mud. I resonate with messy Fridays with the boy smoking bud. We do our bit to numb the struggle, as below so above, and as above so below. Here in the city we glow. I blow a smoke ring up to heaven and it makes a halo. And then the clock strikes 7, guess it's time to head home. My companion is the city, so I'm never alone. I'm stepping in and out of gaps of the pavement cracks, and if I go to sleep now, that's an anti-clap.
Okay, so what we didn't have, my nose, I keep doing this. What we didn't have in the live version was more of like it has like a rock sound in the background. So you still get that symphony-like sound. I could not get how I wanted to say that in the other video. But you get that sort of sound, you get that live orchestra sound. But then you also get like a rock tone. That's what I'm hearing in the background, like some heavy guitar, maybe? Like something. Somebody's rocking out in the background for sure. Which is like we already established. I knew it wasn't going to be the same. And I couldn't quite pick how would I be able to pick if I didn't hear it? Well, I know he's going to do this. I have no clue. That's why I'm here listening to this for the first time. Why am I being smarty to myself? What am I talking about? I also didn't notice, so as I was saying that he's just walking down the street while he's rapping, I kind of thought it was a coincidence when the people kind of like stumbled off the street. Now that I'm looking back on it, that obviously wasn't a coincidence, but in my head just watching, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe the girl just stumbled, or maybe she's about to jaywalk or something. I didn't really know. But he was saying how, it's in his bars and then it's actually happening. And it really made sense when he gave bro dat, who looked like he might have been homeless. He might not have been, he might have just been chilling there. I'm not going to say he was, but that kind of goes with the bar. He was saying, boom, he gave bro dat. And then it was the lady with the stroller that really, that's what made me put two and two together. Like, oh wait, no, this is purposely happening. This is purposely happening as he's rapping, that's actually, how do you even do that? How are you timing it perfectly to you had to do so many takes to like have the people walking past at a certain time and that's actually crazy. Wow.
People rise for work and the sun mirrors that. A perfect juxtaposition for those out on the lash. Bear with me, it's beautiful, I think it's irrefutable. There's beauty in the contradicting Britain, indisputable. Junkie in the cubicle, that old spoon is usable. His mother's in the black suit, crying at a funeral. 9 to 5 crucible, this route is not commutable. A kid falls off the tracks and then he serves the scratch at juvenile. Libby's at the Dolies, but her disposition's humorful, while Davy's at the bookies and his mates call him delusional. Britain, drink it down and moan about the weather when the sun starts shining. Feel the factor 10 tremor. Boys will be in it together until the fists start flying like they're Conor McGregor, and then he's out. I think he took it too far. I think the boy saw red. I think he hit him too hard. Now he's face down on the pavement with the face full of tar. Mad how small altercations can define who we are. That's my cue. I guess it's time to head home. It's bittersweet how my high found its way to below. And I've said it once before, as above so below. Living on the streets of Britain, you just go with the flow. But I'm done. I'm out for the night. As the sun paints the pavements, I'll turn out the light. White noise on the radio to quiet my mind. Always was an overthinker, just the way I'm designed. Britain, drink it down and moan about the weather. When it's all said and done, we'll be in it all together. Boys will be like you forever. It's a bittersweet symphony with birds of a feather.
Another fire track. Listen, all hits, no misses. It just is what it is. I'm not gonna do a bunch of talking because my device that I'm screen recording on is actually about to die. It's at 17%, but I want to look something up real quick. Okay, that answered my question. So I'm not even gonna say anything because I wanted to make sure I didn't misspeak. I said something and then I wanted to just fact check to make sure that was correct, and it is. But we are going to run this back for the vibes. This is a track. I would say that I like... Oh, wow. I would say that I like the live version better. I don't know, because I love the music video. But I did like the aesthetics of the live version too. See, this is one of those things where you can appreciate both separately without having to say which one you really like better. I do like the rock influence, that hard, like not hardcore, but that instrumental. I almost feel like I like that more. I don't even know. Again, it's just different. Let me play it because now my device is on 14%. I'm gonna just play it though. I would love to go here.
I've got dirt on my Reeboks from staying up all night. Spent my last £10 on this pack of Marlboro Lights. I phoned up Stevie, I said, G, you alright? He said, it's 6 in the morning, brother. Get some
I love how the
shut-eye.
beat builds
I feel a
too.
sense of well-being
It just
time
brings
in the
you
morning.
in little by
Wear
little.
my heart out of my hoodie while the city is snoring. Drunks falling off the sidewalks get issued a warning. Distant sirens, they crescendo like a symphony calling. This is the Britain I know. This is the Britain I love. There's poetry inside this city if you listen enough. Working class casualties out on the street sleep rough while a mother with her baby.
Up and coming artists, listen to me. If you tap into this video right here, this is the kind of stuff we need. Wherever you're from, just talk about. You don't have to, because he's not glorifying anything. He's just chatting. He's not like, oh, this place is so great, it's so positive. No, he's just talking about what he has going on. It's from his point of view. So he's talking about the middle class. He's talking about, what other people have going on. He also talks about what he has going on. He's talking about fights that happen. He's talking about getting lit. He's talking about like real life stuff that people go through. So I'm not saying, oh, you have to have the most positive track. But at the same time, look how he's delivering it. He's delivering it in a way that can make people who are not from where you're from, it makes them interested in investing, not investing, but... And I wouldn't even say necessarily going there, even though me personally, the way he's showing it, it makes me want to go there. It looks very nice. Like I would like to, check that place out. Now, to be clear, in some places, that's what I said. I tried to word it a certain way because in some places that you want to speak on it, you want to talk about where you're from, but it's not necessarily that inviting to other people. Like if I talk about where I grew up at, it's not the worst place in the world where I directly grew up at. It's not the worst place in the world, but the area as a whole, I wouldn't be like, yo, come to Delaware, come to this area here. It's not really that. It's more of the type of thing where people would appreciate it if they're from there as well. But if you're from like Kansas, I wouldn't be like, yeah, definitely come here. It's a great time. Now, it also depends on who you know. Because if you know the right people, then you can have if you know the right people, you can have an enjoyable experience where I'm from. So it's one of those catch-22s. But it's also a little dangerous, Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, again, to the up-and-coming artists, talk about, this is just my advice, talk about where you're from, because a lot of people do that, but give it just a little bit more meaning so people can say, wow, you can tell that they're proud of where they come from. Even though it's not all that great, because a lot of places that people come from are honestly not that great. And if they are that great, it's because the experiences you had made them that way. And that's what he's talking about. So I feel like if we just kind of, you don't have the 360, but like a little, like not even 180, like a quarter of a way, kind of switch the approach on talking about where you're coming from, I think it could make a lot of difference, and people would be more intrigued in what you're talking about versus kind of like, oh, wow, that's extremely dangerous. I would not want to go anywhere near that area. So, yeah, hopefully all that made sense, but I don't know. Either way, let's get back into it.
Takes her pram to the pub, and while she's knocking them down, the cost of living goes up. I can't relate to politicians with their head in the mud. I resonate with messy Fridays with the boy smoking bud. We do our bit to numb the...
Imagine when he said that, there was like politicians like with their head in like a manhole or something, because you can't be the mud because it's all brick and concrete and black, what's it called? Blacktop. Blacktop? Yeah. Blacktop. Okay. Yeah, it's obviously no place for mud. But just imagine, like, because he was walking past the other stuff and saying, let me just play.
Living goes up. I can't relate to politicians with their head in the mud. I resonate with messy Fridays with the boy smoking bud. We do our bit to numb the struggle, as below so above, and as above so below. Here in the city we glow. I blow a smoke ring up to heaven and it makes a halo. And then the clock strikes 7, guess it's time to head home. My companion is the city, so I'm never alone. I'm stepping in and out of gaps of the pavement cracks, and if I go to sleep now, that's an anticlimax. People rise for work and the sun mirrors that. A perfect juxtaposition for those out on the lash. Bear with me, it's beautiful, I think it's irrefutable. There's beauty in the contradicting Britain, indisputable. Junkie in the cubicle, that old spoon is usable. His mother's in the black suit, crying at a funeral. 9 to 5 crucible, this route is not commutable. A kid falls off the tracks and then he serves a scratch at juvenile. Libby's at the Dolies, but her disposition's humorful, while Davy's at the bookies and his mates call him delusional. Britain, drink it down and moan about the weather when the sun starts shining. Feel the factor 10 tremor. Boys will be in it together until the fists start flying like they're Conor McGregor, and then he's out. I think he took it too far. I think the boy saw red. I think he hit him too hard. Now he's face down on the pavement with the face full of tar. Mad how small altercations can define who we are. That's my cue. I guess it's time to head home. It's bittersweet how my high found its way to below. And I've said it once before, as above so below. Living on the streets of Britain, you just go with the flow. But I'm done, I'm out for the night. As the sun paints the pavements, I'll turn out the light. White noise on the radio to quiet my mind. Always was an overthinker, just the way I'm designed. Britain, drink it down and moan about the weather. When it's all said and done, we'll be in it all together. Boys, we'll be like you forever. It's a bittersweet symphony, we're birds of a feather.
Awesome track. Let me stop screen recording so I make sure I don't mess that up if this happens to die. Fire track that really just gives you an in-depth perspective. Fire track that really gives you an in-depth perspective of where he's from and what it looks like and just how things are. I feel like just him painting a picture, and that's what I meant to say in the live performance, the way the picture is painted. So even before I saw this, which gives you a more visual, when he was doing that live performance in what looked like maybe like it wasn't, maybe a park, it might have been, but it was just like some grassy area, like a grassy field. The way he painted the picture, it's like you could see it, you could smell it, you could hear it. It's just, that's what I feel like artistry should, we know artistry is that, you know, you're giving your take on whatever you're talking about. The more artists that can paint those pictures, I feel like the more helpful that's going to be for the people who decide to consume whatever music that they're listening to. So again, up and coming artists, this is not about up and coming artists, but it is because I take a lot of stuff I see with these more established independent artists and I try to mold it into advice I can give to up and coming artists. So with that being said, my advice to anybody who's on the come up right now, make sure that your music is telling a story. Make it captivating. Make it, you know, what's another word that's good other than captivating? Make it, I don't know. Basically, paint a picture for the people. So they're not just like, oh, because again, the song could be really good, but if it didn't paint a picture, then it might be short-lived. It might be good for the moment. But if you can make people interested in what the topic is, this topic for him was Britain and what Britain is like for him. If you can make it interesting to where people want to now look up, okay, what else goes on there? Let me see, what kind of stores do they have? What kind of, you know, this, that, and the third. You know, you did your job, because that's the whole point, is to make whatever topic you're talking about, it make it so interesting that people go and research more. So yeah, I'm not gonna drag it on too long. Another fire track. Again, if I could pick between the two, the live performance was grade A. It was excellent. This one is different, not so different where it's like, oh, I would never play this over that. But I do love the way that one was delivered. But I also like the instrumental with that extra flavor on it. So I'm gonna say two different songs. It's the same song, two different vibes, and I rock with both of them, honestly and truly. I'm going to end it here. Shout out to the Renegades, anybody that decided to pull up to this video right here. Shout out to the Ladder Gang. Shout out to the Ramble Gang. We going up. I don't even know what the subscriber count is, because I don't know when I'm going to post this. So we could be at 8K, or we could be on the road to 10K. Wait. We could be at 8K or almost at 8K. If we're at 8K, then we're on the road to 10K, because we're going to breeze right past 9K in the blink of an eye. I already know. I already see it. I'm only talking about subscriber count right now. As you noticed in previous videos, I was not talking about it. I started talking about it. Once we hit 10K, you're not going to hear me say anything about subscriber count again. Some people are like, oh, that's good. You know, they want to see those milestones as they go. Me personally, I don't want to worry about it, because I just want to make quality content, funny content. What other kind of content? I just want to make content that people enjoy. I don't want to be like, oh, how many numbers is it? We do know it's a numbers game, but at the same time, that is not the highest priority. But I always said, not always, when I first reacted to Ren and the channel started to go crazy, somebody was like, yo, I seen somebody hit 10K in like a month, just from doing Ren reactions. And that 10K stuck in my head. I might have been at like 2K at that time. Maybe 1.5K, 2K. Like I said, right when the channel started blowing up. And when I saw that comment, I was just like, if I hit 10K, like, I'm good. I'm not saying I don't want to grow more than that, because, listen, I'm not saying I don't want to grow more than that, because growth is always good. We're always striving to reach more people and have more conversations, react to more stuff, and things like that. But I never imagined seeing a channel that I created get to 10K. I try my best to do a lot of manifesting and things like that and thinking positive, but I didn't think. So I'm gonna say it for anybody who hasn't subscribed and wants to subscribe. I'm saying it for anybody who hasn't subscribed and wants to subscribe. Just know we are on the road. Like, we getting there. We getting to it. Once I hit 10K, I may say it occasionally or something like that. It's not like, oh, don't ever say it. But I just don't want to make that the focal point of why people come to the channel. I want y'all just to enjoy whatever ramblings that go on here. That's the biggest goal. And if we hit 10K, if we don't grow another subscriber after that, then that's okay. Because I already know the ones who start off as Renegades that then turn into Renegades. No, wait, that doesn't make sense. The ones that pulled up here as Renegades and stayed for the Ladder Gang and stayed for the Ramble Gang, we already here. And I know it's more people out there, so shout out to them too. But we already lit. We already doing our thing over here. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Don't forget that pin comment down below. Might have an up-and-coming artist or entertainer's reaction or music review. It also it'll also have my main channel. Go subscribe over there. And yeah, check out that live performance reaction I did if you haven't seen it already. That is already live over on my main channel, so go check that out. That's it for this video. See you on the next one. Okay, I've never said that before. Yeah, that's it in this video. I love y'all so much. See y'all next time.
close the casket. Thinking he a rapper, we gon' turn him to an actress. I don't ever start shit, but I ain't finna panic. If something don't add up, I just start subtracting. We ain't finna fold, we just keep adapting. I be on that Paulie shit, see, I just be reacting. Couple shots hit him, lay him out in chalk. Shot him in the mouth, that was for the talk. Saying it's my time, got me checking on the clock. Where you get that attitude, I got it from the block. They be talking tough,